right, well, I've got Daniel on the waiting room responsibility, so he's letting people in as they start to join the meeting, but it's 3:02, so we'll go ahead and get moving because I'm sure you guys all have other things that you need to be doing in this crazy world that we live in, trying to have a conference while we're still at work, which is new and different for all of us, but we will take what we can get just to be able to spend some time together. So appreciate you guys taking the time this afternoon to join us. We're going to hit some Region 4 highlights, kind of talk about some of the current events and things that we're working on and things that you can expect in the coming months, as well as honor some of the folks that won awards for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get moving. If I can get my computer to cooperate. 1 second. There we go. All right, so in front of you, that's the current member network as it currently stands. There will be a few folks that transition out of their roles. I believe it's 1, 3, 5 in Canada will be transitioning out, as well as all of the students in that group. We've got onboarding that's already underway for the new people. And we're excited to see what they can bring to our group. So myself, I'm Matt Beck. I'm the Associate Director at Oklahoma State University Department of Wellness. Again, been in the role now for about 9 months or so. It's kind of been crazy, as you can imagine. Grayson Graham, who is our student leader, is not able to join us today. He is officiating a basketball game. It is that time of the year, so he is busy at it. But Grayson did want me to share that he has enjoyed being in the role. He's really done a great job leading the student groups that we have, as well as working with the National Student Leadership Team. He's really represented Region 4 well as represented Emporia State very well. So you guys can be very proud of the work that he has done. And without further ado, I would like to introduce you to our new student leader. So Alyssa Moncrief is going to be our new student leader from Texas A&M University. Alyssa, are you on the call?
I am, Matt.
Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, of course. Like Matt mentioned, my name is Alyssa Moncrief. I'm a facilities graduate assistant at Texas A&M University, and I'm the incoming Region 4 student leader. I just want to say thank you to those students that did send a vote my way, that have given me the opportunity to lead the students of the region. I'm very excited, very honored to be able to lead the students of Region 4, and I can't wait to get to work.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you on the team, and we know you'll do great work. So as I've mentioned to Alyssa, we're going to have her start joining our Region 4 leadership team meetings as early as March, so here in a couple of weeks, so she can kind of hit the ground running. And again, we're excited to see what you guys on the student work team can do. So congratulations to you. All right, so we have some other folks that we want to recognize. So we have some newly elected NIRSA leaders that hail from Region 4. So we would like to honor our new NIRSA president-elect, Dr. Wendy Windsor. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you,
would you like to say a few words?
Sure, yeah. Definitely want to thank everyone for all of your support and, believing in me throughout this process. And I really look forward to getting to really represent Region 4 well. And for those that I don't have the pleasure of knowing, I look forward to hopefully getting to know many of you throughout these next 3 years. But I am extremely excited and just honored to be representing, like I said, both the region and NIRSA over these next few years.
Well, outstanding. We're excited to see what you can do, and we're here in your corner. We'd also like to recognize our new at-large director for the NIRSA Board of Directors, Victoria Lopez Herrera from UTSA. Victoria, are you on the call?
I am. I'm here.
Awesome. Would you like to say a few words?
Just like Wendy, thank you. I look forward to working with her on the new team. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. Well, and I do want to give a shout out to the Region 4 nominations and appointments folks. So Trisha and Dolfo, outstanding work, because 2 folks that you guys helped recruit got slated and were elected. So that's awesome. So way to represent Region 4. All right. So let's take a look at some of our state leadership here. So Gina Caro, or Dr. Gina Caro, I'm sorry, from the University of Arkansas. She is your state director. And Taylor Crabtree from the University of Arkansas is the student leader. For the state of Kansas, your state leader is Mr. Daniel Frogel from Emporia State University. And Johnny Kiefer is our student leader also from Emporia State. Way to represent ESU. Horns up or stingers or whatever it is you guys do. For the state of Louisiana, Seth Thomas is your state director from Southeastern Louisiana University. And Austin Marks is the student leader from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. State of Missouri, we had a little bit of a change. So Lauren, who had stayed on past her term until we could get the role filled, Lauren Easter, she has stepped down, and Mr. Andy Bruni from the University of Missouri St. Louis has stepped into that role. So he's going to do a great job for Missouri. And Paul Harmon is the student leader from Truman State University. For the state of Oklahoma, Mr. Clee Sellers is the state director, and Mr. Jake Heidenreich is the current student leader. For the state of Texas, so O.C. Wheatfall is your state director from Texas A&M University, and Belinda Sanchez from Texas A&M Commerce is your student leader. All right, so I want to hit some just basic highlights. So currently, as it stands, we have about 95 institutional members in the region, 401 professional members, and 91 students, for a total of about 492 individual total members. That is down just a little bit, but as you can imagine with COVID, that has taken a major impact on membership numbers, specifically with the student numbers. A lot of them register so they can attend conferences, and so that number is the one that's probably the most affected. I do want to highlight some of the committees that we started way back in May of 2020, which feels like a lifetime ago. So our leadership group, so myself, Grayson, state directors, and the student leaders had identified some priority areas that we felt like we wanted to address. And we also wanted to put out there some more opportunities for engagement within the region, as that was the one thing that I continue to hear from both students and professionals, that they would like to be involved within NIRSA, but they just hadn't been selected for various work teams, committees, what have you, because it's tough to get on, especially as a young professional. So we wanted to create some opportunities to help us try to achieve some of these goals that we set out to do. And so I can't list off everyone because there are roughly 40 volunteers from Region 4 that we've recruited to fill these roles, but they've done an outstanding job. Just want to quickly highlight some of the work that they've done. And some of you guys have probably either been involved with some of the discussions that have happened, through our social media with like the Hispanic Heritage Month and the Black History Month, in the NIRSA COVID series that we did through the communications team. We're also starting to do more program and department highlights through Region 4 to, again, highlight folks that don't necessarily get the spotlight all that often. So that's a great thing that we've been able to do through our communications arm. And it's taken a huge burden off of my shoulders as, Jared and Andy and Trisha and some of the previous reps can tell you, being responsible for all the communications, with yourself and the student leader, that's tough. So if you can have a team that can help you and put out some great content, that's really appreciated. I think it's really helped push out some of the good things that we're doing within the region. We did add a Facebook page this year. We have a little bit over 200 folks that have liked that page. So if you haven't, please do give that a like. We put out some great content there. We also have a YouTube channel now. So the regional conference that we had virtually in the fall, we were able to put all of the sessions that we had for the conference on our YouTube channel. We also hosted a Region 4 student lead-on February 3rd through the 5th. We had 78 folks that registered for that event. All of the content from that event is also on the YouTube channel. So we're trying to populate that more and more. And as we start to develop more opportunities, specifically with like student development, and I know our fitness work team has used it for some of the wellness tips that they did earlier in the year. It'll be a very cool thing. We also have our own Region 4 Zoom. That's what you're currently on now. And so some of our work teams have been able to do some roundtables throughout the year too, especially as COVID was really affecting many of our departments. And some of these roundtables were able to kind of get people resources, kick around some ideas, and just help people out. So we'll continue to do some of those things as needed. I will say we are looking at these committee structures for the upcoming year, that we will probably have an application that comes out some point in April to establish some continuity and get some more people involved with these groups. As we have some folks that want to transition out, we'll also, as we have new people come onto our leadership team, examine some different priorities. So some of these work teams can stick, and some of them might look different. For instance, intramural and club sports will probably combine into one group as opposed to being two. And then the student development committee, we're trying this year, their primary task was putting the student lead on together since it was separate from our conference. And then going forward, they're probably going to have development opportunities that happen all the way throughout the year. So that's something that you can most definitely look forward to. And I do want to highlight an event. Again, this isn't NIRSA, but it is something a lot of our folks on our fitness committee have helped with. Our colleagues at Texas A&M are putting this together with TexFit. It's a fitness conference that typically takes place in person in the state of Texas. However, this year with things being virtual, it has opened up to essentially everybody. It is free, and today is the last day that you can register. So if you're a fitness person, this is a great opportunity for you. They have some CEUs that are offered for this as well. That was the one critique that I've heard from fitness professionals in our region of why some of them don't maintain their NIRSA membership, that they don't get the return on investment. So we're trying to see more opportunities to be able to give them some more bang for their buck, so to speak. So definitely check this out if it's something that is of interest to you. Just some regional business updates for you. So our contingency fund's currently sitting at about $15,000. We were able to pad it by about $2,500 after the virtual regional conference that we had in the fall. That it was free for all attendees. However, the fact that we partnered with the other regionals at the same time to host events, we were able to pick up sponsors for that. And so we were able to pad it a little bit. So we're sitting in a good spot. While we're talking about that, I can't really speak to what's going to happen in the fall as it regards to our conference. I can say that it's looking likely that it will be virtual as opposed to in person. But beyond that, I think there will probably be an announcement later this spring as to the way forward as it pertains to in-person regional conferences and how we will all be affected. So definitely look forward to more information coming on that as it becomes available. I know there's a work team on the member network that I'm involved with that we're discussing this and what's the best option for us moving forward. So stay tuned on that as to what's going to happen in the fall. And our endowment, which helps to fund scholarships, is sitting at close to $40,000. This year, due to the cost of the annual conference being so much less, we were able to combine the roughly $1,600 in interest that we have from that fund to fund quite a few scholarships. So several folks are able to attend the virtual annual conference due to that fund. And again, just want to put a quick plug in for the conference. Obviously, it's going on the remainder of this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting tomorrow morning. Pretty cool slate of speakers and sessions. There is, so what is it going to have? So obviously you have your live sessions that you would normally have. So it's on its own platform. So it's not something that you have to have like a Zoom link to go to. Once you're on the platform, everything is there. It's a one-stop shop. So you would click on the session you want at the time it occurs, and the video feed from that event will play for you right then. There are also a series of on-demand sessions that you can attend, as well as a virtual facility expo. There are several schools that have virtual facility tours also that you can check out. They have a few different social opportunities and networking opportunities on there. What I can tell you is there are over 4,000 attendees for this virtual conference, which is outstanding. That's almost double what a normal in-person conference would have. And almost 40% of those folks are non-members or first-time attendees. So that's pretty cool, especially with the that NIRSA member bundle. Hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that, or many schools did. So for instance, my school, we were able to sign up over 30 people and engage them in this opportunity in a much more cost-effective way. So very cool event. I'm glad we're able to get it done, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let's acknowledge some rock stars within Region 4. Okay, so real quick, just talking about committee work, but folks that are plugged into NIRSA committees, we have roughly 82 folks that are involved in NIRSA committees. Again, I can't name you all because the list is quite long, but that's just kind of a little bit of a breakdown of what people within Region 4 are involved in, which is very cool. Some of these committees, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they existed, so I'm interested to look into these more, but very cool. All right. So here we go. So our 2021 NIRSA Annual Service Award recipients, Mr. Sheldon Tate from TCU, Bonnie Hainline from SMU, and Michael Castaneda from UTSA for their work with the virtual basketball officials development. So great work, guys. Well done. And our 2021 Foundation Leadership Award, Suzette Smith. Congratulations to you for your work with NIRSA Foundation. And our 2021 recipient of the Horace Moody Award, Mr. Tyler Burroughs from Kansas State University. It's also Tyler's birthday today, so happy birthday, Tyler. And 2021 NIRSA Outstanding Facility from St. Edward's University, the Recreation and Athletics Center. So great job, guys. I've really enjoyed looking at pictures and videos from your facility. Very good job. Good work. And right here, we just have a list of folks that over the last 10 years have been our Regional Award of Merit recipient. And that kind of leads us to the next portion of this discussion. So with that, I will turn it over, Stephanie, to your group.
I'm passing it to Randall. No. Randall's ready.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks, Matt. Hello, everyone. Welcome again today. It's my pleasure to be the host for this year's presentation of the 2021 NIRSA Region 4 Award of Merit. Before we get to that presentation, I did want to give a shout out and recognize this year's selection committee, chaired by Stephanie McAlpine of UT Arlington, committee members Andy Lemons from St. Ed's, Jill Urkowski from the University of Kansas, and Drew Cantwell from LSU. So thanks to that group for all of their work in selecting this year's recipient. I know you guys, many of us in Region 4 and the association have worked very closely over the years with this year's recipient. So we wanted to give a chance for a few of those people to possibly share some insights about this year's award winner. And first off, we're going to start with Anita Moran. Anita, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Randall. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an associate member, I've been an associate member for many years. I'm an architect. When Stephanie called me about a week and a half ago, I think it was, and asked if I'd say a few things, I was thrilled. Now, I have to admit, when she said say a few things, she didn't tell me how many things. So, you know, this may be a little longer than what you expect. But coupled with that, I have to say that I have also been inspired by Amanda Gorman, as many of us have. I've never written a poem, but I decided and Stephanie kind of blessed this, I think, to try writing a poem. So bear with me as I talk about our candidate. I have had this good friend for over 30 years, and during that time, we have shared joy and tears. Our friendship goes back to before your love of a sailor, water, and sand, and continues now as your next life chapter is being planned. Through building projects, co-authored presentations, and room sharing, over the years, you have always been caring. Research, teaching, committees, and leading, through strength and conviction, you met every challenge while succeeding. Brownies and chocolates find their way into every meeting. So how do you stay so skinny with all that candy eating? I have to admit, when we spoke the other day and you mentioned this award I was faking. I was not certain that this poem would be successful in the making. Please forgive me, as I wanted this writing to be a surprise, and it was a secret that I didn't want to compromise. With power restored and COVID retreating, I hope that soon you will visit North Texas in-laws and we will be meeting. As you can imagine, there's a lot more to say, but Randall's already signaling for me to call it a day. You are admired for your dedication to NIRSA, education, and wellness. Your commitment has grown over the years and continues to be selfless. This award is from those whom you have mentored and served, and is long overdue and very well deserved. From those you have taught and those you have led, thank you for all you have done, dear friend.
Thank you, Anita. I don't think anybody's going to top that prose today so far. So outstanding writing there. Outstanding. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. Next up, we have a visitor to the region. I think he's a Region 6er. Eric Stein. I don't know if you can top the poem, but go ahead and try. The floor is yours, Eric.
I know I cannot top that poem. Anita, that was beyond fantastic. But I will share, as you did, a number of thoughts from the heart about the person that's being nominated today. This person I've known, like you, Anita, for many, many years. I would say she's my closest NIRSA colleague, and quite frankly, she's my closest NIRSA friend. We have truly been to the NIRSA woodshed together. We've been presenters at numerous national conferences. We were the NIRSA representatives in developing the national wellness perspective with other national organizations. We were the co-founders of the NIRSA Wellness Community of Practice with George Brown. We developed the catalog of educational opportunities for NIRSA. And we co-hosted the NIRSA National Conference that was held in Las Vegas. I actually had this person to Stanford as a consultant, where she came in and did a review of our program and helped us to develop a 3 to 5 year strategic plan for Stanford University. Additionally, I had this person to our house when she was here to do the consulting. She came by the house and is good friends with my wife, Robin, and our daughter, Elissa, who gets a birthday card from this person every year. Just a person that really reaches out and touches everyone that they're around. We normally talk 2 to 3 times per month, whether it's NIRSA business, personal business, or just staying in touch when I see some kind of crazy weather has hit this part of the country where she lives. She's truly a loving and caring person that I cherish with all my heart. And I was so glad to have received the call and have been a part of this. We even talked this weekend. I was itching to say something, to her, but I was just tickled knowing that she was going to get an award that is so well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Excellent job. And last but not least, Drew Cantwell. Drew, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'll try to get us back up on the pace again. But I had the pleasure of working with this individual from 2012 to 2015. As a recent college graduate and out of grad school, I vividly remember telling my peers and colleagues that I had gotten a job at this said institution, and the overwhelmingly response was, wow, you're going to really love working with them. You're going to learn a ton. And I have to say they were very, very correct. In those 3 years, this person challenged us to be involved in NIRSA, developing our students on the foundation which NIRSA is built on, lead by example, keeping us involved in the department and letting us make decisions. Even though we were a small institution in the realm of the state that we were in, she empowered us to be leaders in the industry. They made it a point to have the impact on the staff that worked alongside her and continued to be a resource to myself then and now. I know there's probably many other people in this room that could speak to the things that this person and the impact that they had onto them. And I think the response would just be a big thank you. Thank you to what you've done and most likely what you continue to do today. So I'll start it with thank you.
Thank you, Drew. And you can count me as one of those many individuals that consider our award recipient a mentor as well. And just because, pause, thank you to Anita, Eric, Andrew, once again for those great comments about our award recipient. But I knew that you guys all wanted me to rattle off this year's recipients NIRSA / Region 4 accomplishments list. So I'm going to, because I know you guys wanted me to. So some of these have been mentioned a bit earlier, but I'm going to rattle them off. So here we go. NIRSA committees. Well, let me back up. Sorry. Our award winner is a lifetime NIRSA member. She served all of her career in Region 4. Served on various committees, aquatics, facilities, wellness, research and assessment, the program, the wellness knowledge community, the facility symposium. She's received the NIRSA National Service Award. She served as the NIRSA rep to the American College Health Association Healthy Campus 2020 initiative. She was a NIRSA Assembly member, a NIRSA Board of Directors member. As Eric said, co-chaired the ACPA NIRSA Annual Conference Program Committee in 2013. And she also received an award on her own campus given out by the Women's Center as the Unsung Heroine Award winner in 2005. She initiated an endowed scholarship for rec sport student employees on her campus. And probably most importantly to us veteran NIRSA members, she crafted the NIRSA quilt for many, many years. So please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the NIRSA Region 4 Award of Merit, Ms. Jackie Hamilton. Jackie, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Jackie, the floor is yours.
Okay, I had to figure out the Alt+A. It's a little different than the WebEx that I use. So when Randall called me about this, I was kind of stunned. I guess I still am, and intentionally didn't want to prepare remarks in advance. I just wanted to kind of go in the spirit of being surprised as it would be at the in-person conferences. But looking at everybody on the call, most of you know me, but I see lots of new names of folks I don't know. And as those of you know me, I don't like to be much in the spotlight. I like to be behind the scenes, but I like to be busting it behind the scenes to get things done. So there's still lots of work to be done. I know looking forward, we don't know what our field is going to look like. So I challenge all of you to be involved any which way you can to keep the field going. I think that what people need is really the wellness, the resiliency. What's going to be getting a lot of attention in the upcoming years is the mental health, but we need to make sure that people understand that connection that what we do has to mental health, that mind-body connection. So I'm not going to go on too long. What I'm going to encourage you to do is get back to work. And everybody who knows me will be like, yep, that's her. So I do so appreciate it. It's been a hell of a week here. I think all of you who've been impacted by the storm, oh my God, we have no insulation in our houses. So, you know, those folks who live up north and say, what's the big deal? What's the big deal when your house is 40 degrees and people are freezing to death? So it's, you know, it's a big hit. And so, you know, I grew up in Michigan. So I was ever so for a short period of time in Region 3, but as Randall mentioned, did the bulk of my work in Region 4 and on a international level. So that's my big push is do what you can do for one another. I mean, we do it in our work, work to be selfless because we're a service industry. So I just want to say thank you, and thank you for your very kind words, and keep up the great work, and thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Congratulations once again to our 2021 recipient.
Thank you very much, team. Woo, go team. That's what I usually
Awesome.
say.
Well, congratulations, Jackie. We appreciate your service. And I want to echo Randall's sentiments of thanking the committee that put this together. Well done. That poem. Wow. Excellent. Tough job following that. Good job all. And I do want to open it to questions that anybody may have related to conference or anything, but I do want to give Daniel a chance to highlight some stuff that the communications committee has coming online here in a few months. So Daniel, are you on the call still?
Yeah, what's going on Region 4? I guess I get to be, I don't have a poem. I didn't know that was expected, but we do have some cool stuff coming up for the region. So continue to be on the lookout. I know Matt kind of spoke about some of those things we've previously been doing with Hispanic Heritage Month and Black History Month right now. So we do have, well, for those of you that don't know, hopefully we all do, it's National Rec Day. So go ahead and go follow us on Instagram and then contribute to the conversation about what your favorite rec activities are. So we have that on our story right now. We will continue with the Black History Months throughout the rest of this month. I know it's been a quick one. Moving into next month is Women's History. So we will also be featuring women in our region. So nominations will be getting accepted through our social media pages. Go check that out. Nominate some great leaders within our region that you'd like to see interviewed and maybe learn from a little bit in more detail. And then lastly, we have a March Madness intramural bracket that is going to be opening up sometime next week. So be on the lookout for that for all you intramural people out there that think you've got a great intramural champ shirt. Go ahead and submit that design, and then we'll let the region decide who has the best intramural champ shirt. And I think we've got some more stuff on the docket, but I'll stick with just those couple items right now.
Awesome. And I do want to mention, I'm not sure if Clee's on the call or not, our intramural committee is going to be hosting some e-gaming stuff for Region 4 too. So it's got some cool stuff coming online. Again, these committees are doing a lot of work behind the scenes, especially in this time that we're living in, where so much of us are looking for online content that we can plug people into. And so we've done a good job with that. And again, hopefully things will return to a somewhat normal at some point, but virtual is here to stay, and we'll take advantage of any innovation that we can in the meantime to put opportunities out there for the people in the region. So yeah, I'll open it up for any questions that anybody has. If you want, you can just put them in the chat. That's easier. And if we don't see any questions, then we'll let everybody enjoy the rest of their afternoon. So again, want to congratulate Jackie. Well done. We appreciate you. Hopefully we'll be able to work together at some point here in the future. And again, congratulations to all the other award recipients that we had. Go Region 4 and enjoy the conference later on this week, guys. Appreciate you joining the call. Have a great afternoon.